He bet his son's future on a cleaning lady, but he never saw this coming. The grand ballroom of the Thompson Tower was filled with laughter, champagne, and the pride of Manhattan's richest families. But that laughter turned cruel when a crystal tray crashed to the floor. All eyes turned to Kesha Williams, a 35-year-old black woman working as a contract cleaner. Her hands trembled as she picked up the shards. At the center of the crowd stood William Thompson III, the arrogant billionaire hosting the event. He pointed at her with his glass and said loudly, "If you can dance this waltz, I'll marry my son to you." The crowd gasped, then burst into laughter. "Dad, that's enough," said Jonathan, his embarrassed son. But William ignored him, drunk on whiskey and power. "Play a waltz," he shouted. "Let's see if this lady can even move to the beat." The orchestra hesitated, unsure if this was a joke or humiliation. Kesha stood up slowly, her eyes calm and unreadable. Then she said clearly, "I accept your challenge." The room fell silent. William laughed in disbelief. "And when you lose, you'll apologize on your knees and clean this room." Kesha looked straight at him. "And when I win," she said, "you'll keep your word and admit you judged me wrongly because of my color and my job." The crowd murmured, shocked by her courage. What they didn't know was that Kesha had once been Kesha Morrow, the principal dancer of the American National Ballet. 15 years earlier, she had been a star, until a car accident shattered her legs and ended her career. The doctors said she would never dance again. Now, working as a cleaner, she had learned to walk, to live quietly, but she had never stopped dancing in her heart. William's wife, Victoria, an amateur dance teacher, smirked and stepped onto the floor. "You can't be serious," she said. Still, she performed first, graceful but mechanical, her movements elegant yet empty. The audience clapped politely. Then Kesha stepped forward. The music began again. At first, her steps were slow. Then, with each beat, her body seemed to remember every lesson, every performance, every ovation. Her movements became fluid, powerful, filled with emotion. The laughter faded. The whispers stopped. It wasn't a cleaning lady dancing anymore. It was an artist reclaiming her soul. Kesha spun, leaped, and turned with the grace of someone born to dance. When the music ended, she stood still, head high, breath steady. The silence lasted a full 10 seconds. Then the applause exploded, cheers, shouts, and even tears. "Bravo!" someone cried. "Extraordinary!" said another. William's face went pale. "Who the hell is this woman?" he whispered. That's when Marcus, the security chief who had once guarded theaters, spoke up. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, recording everything, "allow me to reintroduce Kesha Morrow, former principal dancer of the American National Ballet." The hall erupted again. People gasped. Many had heard the name before. Kesha smiled. "As you can see," she said softly, "the rumors of my death were exaggerated." William stuttered. "This is blackmail." "No," she replied calmly. "It's accountability. You made a promise in front of everyone here. Are you a man of your word?" Jonathan stepped forward. "Miss Morrow," he said, "I'll honor my father's word. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Any man would be proud to marry a woman like you." The audience murmured. William shouted, "If you do this, you're out of the family." Jonathan looked at him calmly. "Then so be it." "Some things are more important than money." Kesha smiled gently. "I'll accept dinner, not marriage. That's something built on respect, not bets." The crowd applauded again, this time for her grace and wisdom. In the weeks that followed, the video of that night went viral. "Millionaire humiliates cleaning lady and regrets it." The world learned the truth. William lost his company, his reputation, and even his family. Jonathan rebuilt the business with integrity. And Kesha? She founded the Kesha Morrow Center for the Arts, teaching dance to children who could never afford lessons. When Marcus visited her months later, he said, "You didn't just win that night. You reminded everyone what real class looks like." Kesha smiled, watching her students dance. Sometimes we must lose everything to find who we really are. And sometimes people have to lose everything to learn who they should never have been.